This is another 5th and 6th grade exponents video. And in this video, our focus is going to be on how to evaluate an exponent. Evaluating anything in math, either an expression or an exponent, basically means that you're figuring out how much it's equal to. Here is our first example. So what we're going to do is we're going to evaluate this exponent. That means we're going to figure out what 9 to the second power is equal to, or its value. So when we have exponents, we have a regular size number and a smaller number in the upper right corner, just like you see here. That regular size number is called the base, and the little number is called the exponential number or the exponent. So what that does is that little number up here tells us how many times we are multiplying, because every exponent is a multiplication expression. So since in our example, that's a 2 up there, that means we're multiplying 2 times. Now, the number we're multiplying is what is written as the base. That's the number we're multiplying. So in this example, we're multiplying 9 in both of those spaces. So 9 to the second power is not the same as 9 times 2. Instead, it is 9 times 9. It's how many times we're multiplying the same number by itself. So 9 times 9 is equal to 81. So this, when evaluated, or this exponent, when evaluated, is equal to 81. Now, the second power also has a special nickname that you may hear or can be used, and that's squared. So 9 squared is also 81. Okay, here is our next example. We're going to evaluate the exponent 2 to the 6th power to figure out how much it is equal to. So that little exponential number right here, that 6, tells us how many numbers we are multiplying, or how many times we are multiplying the base by itself. So since that's a 6, I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines. I'm going to put a multiplication sign in between each set of lines. And then the number that we're multiplying is the base, which is 2. So 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So this is how 2 to the 6th power is written as a multiplication expression. And now we can use that to figure out what it's equal to. Well, I'm going to take these two first. 2 times 2 is 4. Then I'm going to do these two, which is also 4. And these two together, which is 4. And I'm going to keep a multiplication symbol in between. Well, now I'm going to do 4 times 4, which is 16. And then I'm going to multiply that by 4 to get my final answer. When I do 16 times 4, I should end up with 64. But I'm going to go over to the side and double check that. And I do. Perfect. So 64. So 2 to the 6th power equals 64. Okay, here's our next example. We're going to evaluate the exponent 10 to the second power. So that little exponential number tells us how many times we are multiplying. And the number that we are multiplying is the base. So that's 10 and 10. So 10 to the second power, written as a multiplication expression, would be 10 times 10. Well, 10 times 10 is equal to 100. So 10 to the second power, or 10 squared, is equal to 100. Okay, here's our next example. We're going to evaluate the exponent 2 to the 5th power. So that little exponential number tells us how many times we're multiplying. So I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. I'm going to put a multiplication symbol in between each. And then the number that I am multiplying is the base, or the regular size number. So that's going to be 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2. Well, I'm going to group this together as 2 times 2, which is 4, another 2 times 2, which is 4, and then this 2 will just have to stay the same because I don't have one to pair it with yet. Keep the multiplication symbols in between. Then I'm going to do 4 times 4, which is 16, and keep the times 2. So my last step to evaluate this would be to do 16 times 2, which is equal to 32. So 2 to the 5th power is equal to 32. Okay, here's our next example and our last example for today's video. We're going to evaluate the exponent 5 to the 3rd power. So that little exponential number tells us how many times we're multiplying. So I'm going to put 3 lines and a multiplication symbol in between each set of lines. Now the number that we're multiplying is the base, which is 5. So I'm going to put 5 here, and 5 here. Oh, and also 2 to the 3rd power also has a special nickname. It's called cubed or or cubic, something like that. So if you hear 5 cubed, that means 5 to the 3rd power. Now, those are the only 2 exponents that have special nicknames, the 2nd power and the 3rd power. Okay, so 5 times 5 is 25. And then I'm going to put the time symbol and bring down this 5. When I do 25 times 5, I get 125. So 5 to the 3rd power is the same as 125. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you in another video soon.